Today on Suncoast View, driverless cars could soon be a reality on the Suncoast, but how safe do you feel? We'll discuss.
A pageant contestant joins us to talk about her road to Miss Florida and her mentoring program that's helping Suncoast children.
The Suncoast is a hot spot for cold craft beer. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Cliff Rolls. Great to have you with us.
Good April to you all.
We are in
Happy
April.
Fool's Day. Or
Oh,
whatever.
no more tricks, please. That was yesterday.
all
That was,
over.
yes, we got through the April Fool part of that, so that's good. I hope you had a nice weekend with your
did.
family.
I worked and I combined that, of course, with the loves of my life.
Oh, good. You got to
And
spend some time with the
we
girls.
spent some time with the grandchildren, with our two babies. We did the obligatory. I look for the chocolate cream eggs. They just look
They'll
for the
take what
normal
they
ones.
can get.
Yeah.
They went for the plastic ones, and we got some eggs in their baskets, and they had a nice time looking at
Oh, that's
them.
adorable.
That was nice. That was
That
just
is
a
so
fun.
nice.
They're getting so much more grown up.
Joey, they are 3 going on 13.
Wow.
Oh,
They
no,
really
just wait. You just wait. Please cherish every minute.
I do.
Because I am definitely having the problem where you look at that and think, but they were just picking up eggs.
I know.
Where did this go?
And they liked me.
Yes, thank you. Linda always understands my teenage mother angst, which I so desperately need.
Yes.
Teenage mothers need friends. That's my big story of the day. You need to have people that understand your world. The girls were absolutely beautiful. Great to see them. I will throw in my Easter family photo, which, you know what? They were all dressed. They were all looking appropriate,
gonna
and they
say,
almost looked
everyone-
cheerful.
They
So
all look so grown,
handsome.
too.
They do.
Oh, my
very
goodness.
grown very quickly. And you know what? This is my daughter Reagan, of course, the girl in the middle. Her probable last Easter with us for quite a while. She's going far away to college. It will not probably be a weekend that we would, fly her home for.
Sure,
and then
sure.
after that, you never know.
But you know
So-
what? She's going to be so proud to see those boys when she comes home.
You
finally.
think?
It may take a couple of years.
Oh, brother. I had to bribe majorly to get them all to stand next to
I'm
each other in a
sure.
picture.
I'm sure.
Time
So-
apart, though, does make siblings come together in college. We'll do that,
Yes.
right?
Hey, you know what? And I'm so interested in all this. I'm an only child. I did not leave siblings. I did not have siblings to come back to. So I am out of my league with this. And I'm very interested to see how that relationship develops as an adult.
I'm the
I
youngest
think it
of
will
4.
develop because they'll be saying really bad things about you guys.
That's
to
exactly
each other.
right. And they
Yes.
already do it. They take off in the corner to talk about me. I'm like, excuse me.
Yes, you
Yeah,
know if
oh,
they're
yeah.
laughing, it's about you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Linda. Didn't I say you made me feel better? I take that back. All right, well, you make it all look so easy. How was your family Easter?
Oh, it was great. We went to church first, all of us together in one row, and then we went out to brunch. And that is my daughter Kathy and her 2 children, her husband Jason and his mother and brother. So it was a great family time coming together. Jason just has a wonderful mother, Linda. So we had just an awesome time. Of course, Easter egg hunts.
Yeah.
Repeat Easter egg hunts in my house. So things were turned upside down and places you'd never put an Easter egg, they looked. But as soon as I get it back together again, we'll be fine.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you had a good weekend. And you know what, Joey, sometimes I need you to show me that it's okay to do things for you.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
it's okay to be childless and
Yes.
celebrate with the people that mean something
We went
to
to
you.
the movies.
That's amazing.
And the new Hollywood 20 is now the Hollywood 11.
How
and so
was it?
I wanted
it's
to
great.
check it out. That's a look at the theater. So now they always had stadium seating, but they have the big comfy
wide.
chairs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Everyone's saying they're trying to compete with Cinebistro, and I would challenge that that's probably true.
Good for
I
them.
agree because they haven't increased the prices at Hollywood.
No, the
11.
tickets are still $6.
That's
I suspect,
unbelievable.
though, that's going to change because
Yeah.
there's still a lot of
Yeah.
cosmetic things that they're in the middle of renovating.
Sure.
So I have a feeling as soon as all the paint is on the walls and it's shiny and new, bam, those ticket prices
But
will
I'll tell
go
you
up.
what it's good for. It's great for me to go in there and press that button and for the legs to go bzzz, and for me to fall asleep.
Yeah, I would struggle
So
with
good.
it too.
That is the challenge. You don't want those seats to be too comfortable, especially when you work the hours that you do.
Boom.
Exactly. Well, good. I'm glad you got to check it out, and it
Yes.
is nice to have a day to do what you want to do.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
holidays are all about. All right, we're also celebrating with Lisa from Glen Family Bakery in the kitchen, looking so bright and springy. I love your colors.
Lovely.
Thank you.
What are we making
Thank you.
today?
We are going to macerate berries. That's just a big long word for marinating them. And then I'm going to show you a bunch of different applications that you can do with the berries. And our blueberries today are from Albertons. They're our blueberry partner, and they pick exclusively for us. So we're really excited to show you all the goodness that's going to come.
Wonderful. Yeah, blueberry
forward to
season
it.
just around the corner.
They're a little
locally.
late this year. They're in their 3rd year of their bushes, and the berries are wicked sweet.
Oh, wonderful.
Really good.
See, those
Yeah.
cold winter nights help us. with
Yeah,
fruit.
a little bit.
That's a good thing. Okay, good. Nothing better than Suncoast berries. So be sure to enjoy that, and we look forward to learning more about them with Glen Family Bakery. I do have a hint for travelers, because I know it's no secret I run all over the Suncoast and the country for various work things. Right now, TSA PreCheck has parked a big RV at SRQ, so that if you have ever wanted to do the registration for TSA PreCheck, it could not be easier. I was in and out in 10 minutes. You make an appointment online. The website is id2go.com, and you can see that on the bottom of your screen. Sorry, Identigo. I'm trying to read the small letters. Identigo.com. You'll find that online. You simply choose the location as SRQ. They will be there through April 6th. And it tells you what documentation to bring. And you go in there, you do the pre-stuff online, you show a couple documents while you're there, they do your little fingerprint scanning. It's $89 for 5 years. And if you've ever stood in line at any airport and watched those people zip through pre-check, I finally ponied up and thought, you know what, I'm done. I can't.
You pay for your time.
Well,
so
you did. I missed a
that's
flight
worth it.
in Denver, and part of it had to do with the line that I was stuck in. And I decided I was never going to do it again after that moment.
Did you make an appointment for this?
Make an appointment
service?
online.
Okay.
I do believe they're taking walk-ups, but if you really want it to be when it's supposed to be, I zipped ahead of anybody else because I had an appointment. And it literally could not have been painless. Parking is free for the first half hour. You're in and out in a half hour. I was afraid I was going to have to go to Tampa, be interviewed, sit in an office, park at, you know, TIA, all sorts of things I just didn't have time for. It is at SRQ this week.
Ooh, Linda, let's go.
Yes.
Best money you'll ever spend.
Minutes, we'll be right back.
Best money you'll ever spend. Make that appointment after the show, please. So, all right, Identigo.com, and we'll put that on our Facebook page too, so people can see it. It is time for our first hot topic. And speaking of getting around, the future of driverless cars could soon be a reality on the Suncoast. So Florida has been surprisingly progressive in the journey to getting autonomous vehicles on the road, including a 7-mile-long test drive in February. But some are concerned that we are ahead of ourselves. The Florida Justice Association, among others, is concerned that the technology is nowhere near safe enough for our roads, and it could present a real danger. Remember the recent auto death that occurred in Arizona. Are we concerned about driverless cars on Suncoast roads?
Yes, we are. My mother always said, don't be the first to adopt the new or the last to adopt the old. So let them try it out on somebody else's streets first, and then we'll bring it here. I don't want to get run over by a driverless car.
We don't want to be first.
Yes.
Is that what we're thinking?
We'll take second. We'll take second.
You've got to iron out all the teething problems first.
Because there are going to be problems. You know there are going to be problems.
agree.
We have enough traffic challenges this time of year right now, so I'm always a fan of technology, but I agree with what you say. You don't want to be the first one to do it. Someone's got to be first, but we also don't want to be closing. We have 2 major interstates to get through our state, and you don't want to close one of them because we know what that feels like. We see it a lot.
Well, we hear a lot of nasty things about older drivers, which of course I don't agree with, but just in case there could be some truth there in my case, I'd rather somebody else try it first, and then I'll follow them and learn what they did.
All right, I'll be controversial, and I drive a ridiculous amount, way too much, and I'm completely tired of driving. I'm tired of the people on the roads, I'm tired of everybody. So not just the selfish reason of I'd like to sit back and only have to keep a half eye on the road, but drunk driving kills a ridiculous amount of people. Distracted driving kills an even more ridiculous amount of people. I got in a not bad accident, I was fine, but my car was smushed for 6 weeks of repairs just 3 months ago from somebody not paying attention behind me. If we could take some of that scare of being on the roads away, because a driverless car at this point, I know the technology. It's not drinking, it's not texting, and the technology could very well be better than most of us on the roadways when you think about all the things that are going on, be it because we're older and our response is not quick, or we're younger and we're distracted, or we're drinking and we're just making bad choices.
You spend so much time in the car, and I know that you also are someone that you have a lot to do. So would you pay money to be able to work on your commute, to be a passenger and get work on phone calls?
And you would trust it?
If I could afford it, I'd be paying a driver right now to be working on my commute, because I don't mind the commute. I actually enjoy sitting and having the downtime. I just want to accomplish something with my fingers.
Would you have a moment's peace if you were sitting there, reading a newspaper, and your car was driving itself?
It would be lovely.
Would you really?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think
the
I could.
first time you'd be nervous, the second time you'd be nervous, but how many new technologies have we debuted in life? And, you know, it just takes a little.
Yeah, but how often have the computers gone down, too?
I
think the human factor plays a very big role here, because it's not necessarily you and your driverless car that's causing the accident. It's the idiots, the other idiots.
Well, how well does the driverless car react to the idiots? Now that I totally agree on. I mean, I got cut off on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge today. Talk about a place you don't want to have to get in a wreck. I thought, really, guy, right here, you're going to cut me off?
Yeah.
You know, when we're going up on an incline like this? Will the driverless car react? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot to work out, but I don't know. Let's not be too scared of it, because I'm scared of the people out there right now.
It is inevitable. And you know what? You've changed my mind a little bit, because as we are in the middle of redoing a lot of our roads and our traffic systems, you might want to take into consideration that driverless cars will be a reality in the next couple of years.
Can't wait to see them on the roundabout. That should be fun.
Oh, the roundabouts are going to be extremely
They may be
fun.
smarter than we are. Don't worry about it. So the reboot of Roseanne on ABC last week had higher ratings than any sitcom on any network in almost 4 years. I will tell you, it's probably the first one I've watched in as many years. The show shied away from controversy. Oh no, that's not why. Far from it. It already hit on taking a knee during the anthem, gender identity issues, opioids, and immigration still to come. So ABC execs say they realized after the 2016 election that the middle of the country has a lot of influence. They needed more shows they could identify with. A strategy that appears to be successful. I know Joey and I both watched it. Have you seen it, and what did you think?
I like it, because my family is like that in more ways than one. And we disagree politically strongly, but we still like each other. And so I think it's great to get those thoughts out there, to get those words out there and say, hey, it's not a bad thing. You can still love people that don't agree with you. Even crazy people are in your family. It's okay to like them. So I just think it's great.
And I thought it was delivered fairly respectfully. You know, it was snarky.
Yes.
There were those little jabs.
There were jabs at both sides.
Yes,
and you make a good point. The political arguments that are happening under our own roofs happen on the show.
Yes.
Yeah, so Roseanne and her sister Jackie disagree, and they are at each other, and it just made it feel like it was okay.
Yes.
And they tackled some issues that, I'll be honest, as a kid, if I would have known the Connor family, when it was on in the 90s, was going to tackle some of those issues very important to me, I would have been completely surprised. So I'm all for it. I think watching that family go through some of these issues, I think, could be very good for our country.
And you know what? It's not mean. So often the political arguments we are hearing in real life are very mean and nasty.
Oh,
and
on Facebook, people do not treat each other well.
No,
Maybe
they
the
don't.
Connors can show us how to disagree, how to even snarkily disagree, but still love each other. And I like your point that is happening in most of our families. People aren't agreeing, but we're still family.
Instead, we silence each other, so we don't hear the other side. And if they can do it in a way that still makes us laugh and doesn't hurt too badly, then maybe that's moving
I'll be interested to see how the ratings continue. ABC did say that the entire season of shows is not as political as the first one seemed, but I think people liked it.
They probably led with, listen, if you can't handle this.
If you can't handle this, back off. All right, well, a lot of people also celebrated Easter with the classic show Jesus Christ Superstar. It was done as a live musical, and it was apparently a much bigger success than many of the previous live musical theater performances. The internet's reaction largely positive, and there had been scathing reviews of past shows like Peter Pan and Hairspray. This featured a live studio audience, which helped keep the energy up all night long. Did anyone see it, and what did you think? I sadly did not get to see it.
You know, all those people who called me last night after it started, I didn't want to be mean to, but it was awesome from what I could see. You saw the whole thing. You must have turned off your phone.
And we did not plan to watch, because the other musicals in the past, I know that I'm going to peter out around 9 o'clock, and we watched all the way through the end, riveted.
What was the difference?
They hired, I think they cast it well. They cast it with singers. And you know, because it's a rock opera, you didn't have to worry about acting so much, but they all delivered.
So they weren't actors who sang; they were solid
Sarah
singers.
Bareilles, John Legend, and the gentleman who played Judas was a big star of Hamilton, and so you still had the Broadway respect there.
How was Alice Cooper, by the way?
Alice Cooper was. Everybody was waiting for his performance. As fun as you would want it to be. Did he do a huge tap dancing number? No, he played King Herod.
Right.
He camped it up. Everybody was happy to see him. It was just from start to finish, I thought, so well done.
Did the live audience make a difference for energy?
Yes, because commercials interrupted the energy flow, and that's like the only complaint people had.
Right.
Because you'd have this amazing number and then go to a commercial. But having that audience was kind of kept it going.
Felt like you were there.
Yeah,
Felt like you were at a show.
When they do a musical in the past, these TV musicals, and there's no audience, it feels like there's a big element missing because there is.
Right.
So this
okay, good.
And it'll be on, the album will be out, so if you missed it, you can get the album.
I was waiting for somebody to trip or something, some disaster, which usually happens in real life.
Me too, but it went off very well.
Well, good. I'm going to look for it on demand because I'm hoping that's something we'll be able to find. We're going to check out our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, we're going to meet Miss DeSoto Heritage and hear about her quest to be Miss Florida.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather update for this happy hour. Looking pretty nice out there right now. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures in the upper 70s. A little sea breeze has kicked in. It's at 12 miles an hour. The pressure is still high, and you can see we even have a few inland showers developing along that sea breeze along eastern portions of Manatee and Sarasota counties. The storms really aren't moving all that much. They're drifting off to the east right now. So where they sit, they're bringing some pretty heavy rainfall south of Mayaca Head, also just to the southwest of Duet, down toward Mayaca City. We'll put in the motion of the last half hour. You can see they're kind of just building right there with a slight drift off to the east. So the rainfall rate's fairly impressive now from our Doppler radar, now up to an inch an hour in that one cell that you see south of Duet. Here, look at the winds now. We have that sea breeze, which has kicked in, cooling things down into the upper 70s near the coast. Right now, 9 miles an hour out of the west at Inglewood, and pretty much the same story in Venice. Patchy fog tonight. Cold front moves in on Wednesday, and another one comes in on Saturday, more than 5.
The Miss America organization is the largest scholarship program in the country. It begins at local levels and progresses upward. And today, Miss DeSoto Heritage Lauren Nielsen is here as she prepares to compete for Miss Florida this summer. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We are very happy that you are representing DeSoto. Now tell us, how does, so you are Miss DeSoto Heritage.
Yes.
Where does that fall? What is the progression to the road to Miss Florida?
Right. So first you win a local title, and then you go to Miss Florida. And then if you win Miss Florida, you go to Miss America, and then you're done.
Yeah.
So it's pretty win-win-win. So my goal is a win-win-win.
Well, we are right behind you.
Yes.
So tell us about your platform that you're competing on.
So my platform is called Uniquely You, which I started after I overcame an eating disorder. And I know that so many young women and men, they struggle with self-image and they struggle with eating disorders. And I said, I want to use this negative experience in my life for something positive. I think we've all looked in the mirror at one point and said, I don't like something about myself. I want to change it. But I said, let's do something about this and let's speak positivity. Let's say, you're beautiful, you're confident, and confidence is the most beautiful thing you can wear. So I speak to young women and men all over the state of Florida and say, you're beautiful just the way you are. I sing words of encouragement. And I just let them know that they're beautiful just the way they are. And honestly, it's so amazing just to give them those words of affirmation, and I am so blessed to be able to speak those words.
It must feel good to you too.
It does. It's like affirmation for me as well.
You see, you can do something very good for other people.
Right.
And it seems like it's a very important time to be talking about positive self-image now, especially as a lot more things are coming out into the light. So it's a great platform to run on. And tell us now, how do you prepare for the road ahead? So you gave us kind of the next steps in the journey.
Right.
But how do you personally prepare?
It is a full-time job. I mean, I'm up every single day studying the news, going to the gym, preparing my food every single day to eat nutritiously, practicing my walks, going out and planning events. I mean, it is a full-time job, but I'm preparing for Miss Florida because that's a full-time job. I'm preparing to be Miss America because I know that I want the job, because it's a job of a lifetime, honestly. It's a job that, the memories that you will have, the opportunities that you will have, it's something that you can't get in any other job. So, I mean, I prepare every single day like I'm going to be Miss America.
And the lives you can change when you are Miss
Absolutely.
America.
That's the most important part, is what can I do for others? I mean, that's how I got into this organization is, yes, it's the world's largest scholarship provider. Yes, I mean, it can do a lot for me, but I can do so much for others. I mean, honestly, that's what gives my heart so much joy, is I can change people's lives. It truly, truly gives me so much joy.
Let's talk a little bit about, the scholarship aspect, because I think that it's progressed that people don't think of it as a beauty pageant anymore. But what do you say when there is still a little of that stigma?
Well, I mean, yes, your outward appearance, it is important. But Honestly, so the first initial thing was I saw something in the newspaper that said win $2,000 for your college tuition. So I entered in, I had no idea what I was doing, and I won $2,000 right towards my college tuition. And I mean, any woman can join if you have a talent, if you know how to walk elegantly, if you know how to speak your mind with convictions. I mean, yes, your outward appearance matters, but it's not about really your outward appearance. It's your inner beauty that shines. It's your words, it's your actions.
Well, and let's be real. Both Linda and I know after as many years in TV, we can work with the
Right,
outward.
right. I mean,
Makeup, there's hair.
Right, right.
Not
I
that
can
everyone
do it.
isn't beautiful,
Right.
but it's what's inside that separates you from everybody
Right.
else.
Well,
We
right.
can all look good outside.
Right.
Yeah,
And you
when you're
pass
on that
this
stage, they're
message.
seeing your personality.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. It's just fine tuning. It's learning how to do your hair a little better, you know? I mean, and you learn that through your
Smoking
years.
mirrors.
Right.
Well, and that inner message, you pass that on to young girls. Tell us
Right.
about the girls that you mentor.
So I've actually gone to hospitals and eating disorder treatment centers, and I mean, these girls, they're sick, they're dying. And without a message, I mean, they could die. And so I've said, I've been there. I've been at that point thinking I'm not enough. And to be in my position, they listen. And those light bulbs, I see it in their eyes. And to know that I could have the effect on saving someone's life, that is immeasurable. And so, I mean, I'm so beyond blessed to be able to use a negative experience in my life and be able to change other women's lives and literally save their lives. I mean, I'm beyond blessed.
Oh, and you work with a number of young ladies
Yes,
on the
yes.
Suncoast through various programs. Tell us about some of them.
The mentoring you do, right?
Yes. So I mentor, actually I have 3 little princesses, and I have one here with me today.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So Lily, Skylar, and Madison, and I get to take them with events with me, and I mentor them throughout my year as Miss DeSoto Heritage, and I teach them what it is to be a strong woman, and they are the best fundraisers ever, I swear. I mean, every time I take them to raise money for Children's Miracle Network, nobody turns them down. I'm getting 20s. I mean, how can you say no to, well, you donate to Children's Miracle Network? It's too darn cute. They never say no.
Well,
So-
we are very excited to know more, and we are going to meet one of your little
Yes,
princesses.
yes.
We want to let you know that you can follow Lauren's journey to Miss Florida on Facebook. You can find her Miss DeSoto Heritage 2018 right on Facebook. Follow her journey. We're going to follow her when we come back because she is going to bring us a performance with one of her girls. We'll be right back.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
One of the motivating factors for me to become a Big Brother was that I was mentored as a youth. And it was important for me to kind of pass forward the things that were kind of given to me. It's really just as simple as getting to know a kid. You don't have to be an athlete. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to have any of those other things. You just have to be willing to spend a little time and help mold some young person's life.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
We've been getting to know Miss DeSoto Heritage Lauren Nielsen, who is preparing to compete in the Miss Florida pageant. Well, Lauren is a popular performer here on the Suncoast, and as part of her platform, she mentors other young performers as well. Joining Lauren is 9-year-old Lily Wheeler performing The Call by Celtic Woman. Take it away.
Sometimes in this life we hear calling from somewhere. Sometimes it is loud and clear. Sometimes it's so softly there. When we have no dance to dance, the call is in a song. When we have no voice to sing, the call is calling strong. Open your heart, I am calling you. Right from the very start, your wounded heart was calling to.
That's Lily Wheeler with Lauren Nielsen. Miss DeSoto Heritage, you can follow Lauren's journey to Miss Florida on Facebook, Miss DeSoto Heritage 2018. See her work with Lily and her other little princesses. Coming up next, get out your calendars. Cliff Rolls is here with the best Suncoast events coming up in April.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC 7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Zupan, part of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. In my game, movement is everything. I get frustrated when my move is blocked, especially when that guy has no right to be there, even just for a minute. I love a challenge. but I don't like to play this game every day.
A message from the United Spinal Association.
They are the greatest fighting force the world has ever seen. But what does it take to bridge the distance and keep them connected to family, home, and country? What does it take to strengthen our service members so they can be the greatest force for good in the world? It takes a force. Be a force behind the forces. Give today at force.uso.org.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here, because
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Lisa from Glen Family Bakery. And Lisa, you mentioned that you work with Albritton Fruit Company. Tell us about that partnership.
Yeah, Albritton's actually has a berry farm out Clark Road where it turns into 72. Their bushes are about 3 years old, so right now the fruit that's coming in is very, very sweet. Now typically they ship their fruit out, like many of our companies here in Florida, to other locations. Well, this year they are doing it, you know, grassroots right here. So we are pleased that we have a partnership with them. They're picking gorgeous, gorgeous blueberries. We supply all of the baked goods for their farm stand. So if you do go out there and pick, you can grab muffins, blueberry pies, all different kinds of things. They're a great family. They're right here in Sarasota, so
and we love to support local.
Having that local partnership.
Yes, absolutely.
With them.
And I checked, Albritton Fruit Company has a great Facebook page. You can get information
They do,
on when
and
they're
their
picking.
Instagram page is Albritton Blueberries. So like
All right,
on
wonderful.
Instagram as well.
All right, we'll see you for your berry creations in just a minute. Linda?
Spring break season is wrapping up, but the social season is still going strong. Get your calendars ready. Sarasota Society photographer Cliff Rose is here to tell us all about the April events.
March, April, May, we're going into the last hurdles of the Sarasota season, but you know, we must keep up the effort and the attitude, because these coming events are so important to the non-profits that are holding their galas. We have a lot of children's events coming up in the next month. Abandoned, neglected, abused children, for example, CPC and Children First. And on the other hand, we've got 200 whiskeys at the Whiskey Obsession Festival.
Oh, golly. Now
We've got everything.
This is picnic we're looking at.
Right. Now, what's happened here is the traditional Florida Wine Fest, led by Sandy Lovner, has got together with New College Foundation, who hasn't done Picnic in 2 years, and they brought back Picnic sur la Baie Wine Fest style. So what we know from the ascot hats and the beautiful ladies in tents and things like that with fashion shows, that's not exactly going to happen this year. There's going to be lots of hats, lots of good weather, lots of wine and champagne drunk. There won't be a fashion show, but it'll all be done under the motto, under the umbrella of the Florida Wine Fest.
Oh, nice.
So expect the banquet on the block will be there that same evening, the long tables that Nikki Logan Curran has been advertising here on the show. There's going to be a lot of lovely people drinking a lot of lovely wine. There'll be an auction there
Still
as well.
hats, right?
But Joey, you've got to wear your ascot hat. There's no way getting around it. You've got to be the big floppy one that's there running around. So that's going to take place in a tent on the bay on the south lawn of the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall.
Right.
And next comes Children's First Fairy Tale Ball. Oh, that sounds awesome.
This means a lot to me. I mean, anything to do with kids. As if you had 3 wishes, what would you do to help the abandoned, neglected, and abused children? And that's what Children First wants to do at Michael's on East this coming Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. We're going to have the typical live auction. There's going to be the beautiful decor. What I do like about these last ones, the decor is extremely good, whether it's AJC, whether it's Children First, whether it's the CPC with blue ties and butterflies. Everybody goes hell for leather to make sure that the decors in the respective venues look really, really good.
Nice.
So you're going to see an enchanted city with magic lamps and mystical genies, delicious fair live music, and an amazing live auction.
Sounds great. How about the Sarasota Ballet Gala?
Well, that's going to be for me, I'm going to go straight from Michael's over to the Art Hotel Ovation, where the guests from the Opera House will just arrive at that time. There's a performance with Misty Copeland at the Sarasota Opera House and Marcelo Gomez alongside opera star Susan Graham with the ballet, and they're going to perform at the Sarasota Opera. Then they're going to go over to the brand new Art Ovation Hotel that Joey and I know so well from the Oslo. And then that's opening today, by the way. And then there's going to be cocktails, the best dinner party, the dancers of the ballet, and surprise entertainment. That's this Saturday. So this Saturday, I'm going to be running around like a chicken without a head.
How about the CPC Blue Tie?
Another one I wish didn't have to take place, but I love them that they're there. The Child Protection Centres are going to be doing their annual Blue Ties and Butterflies. Tina Grantham and Clara del Villanueva, two beautiful friends of mine. A signature event beautifully designed to build awareness around the Child Protection Centre's mission in the prevention, intervention and treatment of child abuse. All right? So we wish them lots and lots of monies for that.
How about the Firefly Gala? That sounds good.
This is one of the most important ones. It happens once a year. It's down on...
but Girls Inc. is before that one? Girls Inc.
Girls Inc. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, it is. The Girls Inc. luncheon, biggest luncheon in town. Going to be happening at the Municipal Auditorium this year.
Wow, big space.
It's going to be, they need a big space. It's the 30th anniversary. Let me just tell you that She Knows Where She's Going award is going to Beth Knoppick and LaShawn Houston Frost, and the Visionary Award honoree is the Oslo's own Susan Buck. That's going to be a fabulous luncheon, April 20th at the Municipal Auditorium.
Yes.
Look at those cute
Firefly.
kids. Now the Fireflies.
I've never done this one before. I've been engaged to do this one for the very first time. I'm looking forward to it. It's the child of Ariane Dart and the Dart Foundation, who put millions into making it a success. It's going to be held at the Ritz-Carlton with none other than Jason Derulo as the big superstar who's going to be performing for millennials and olders. And I've no idea, but I'm looking forward to it. I will. Thank you, Joey.
Good
There you go. There's going to be an after party with a DJ. There's going to be a jacket, no tie for the gentlemen, wedges, wide heels, or flats for the ladies' comfort on the lawn. A lot of it's going to be taking place by the Spa, by the Ritz there, etc. Firefly Gala, one of the must-sees and must-be-ats this year over at the Ritz.
Okay, now, of course, we're getting to the end now. Visible Men's Academy, and then we want your great photo. The Visible Men's Academy.
I always talk about the Visible Men's Academy. It's Neil and Shannon Phillips' brainchild. It's going to be chaired by Melissa and Hakim Morsil and the Khalid Majid family. A lot of love goes into Visible Men's Academy, this free public charter school. It's got 100 boys from low-income or no-income families in it at the moment. It's going to be a fabulous gala under a tent, and I'm going to be there photographing my head off and having a great time with these wonderful, wonderful people.
Okay, now we want to see your photo of the month.
Here we go. The first one is one I caught 2 weeks ago over when I was walking past the library. I stopped, I looked down at the Ritz, and there was that view.
Oh, that's lovely.
So I stood in the middle of the road. And the second one, I'm sorry, how could I not? We went to Mixon's Fruit Farms. If anyone's ever been there.
That's a great place for a family outing.
We went to the wildlife rescue. The babes got hold of the lovely little alligator, and I took a photo. So that was that.
Oh, great. Well, you can see a lot more of his photos, and there are a lot more of his photos.
CliffRolls.smugmug.com.
Exactly, smugmug.com.
Thank you, Linda.
And you can see all these gorgeous gowns, too. I love to see the fashions. Next, Calusa Brewing debuts their new drink.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app. This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. An officer-involved shooting in Sarasota this morning. Police have now identified the suspect shot by a police officer. And why a new state law
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert Weather app now.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Want to know a secret? If you're looking for the best selection of area rugs at an unbelievable price, the only place you need to look is Rugs' Art. I know what you're thinking. Expensive, right? Wrong. Rugs' Art has the largest selection of area rugs on the west coast of Florida in a variety of styles, with 8x11 area rugs starting at $199. Largest selection, personalized service, and unbelievably low prices. You'll find it all at Rugs' Art.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
National Beer Day is observed annually on April 7th. So beer is one of the world's oldest prepared beverages. But talented brewers are still coming up with new flavors and varieties, especially right here on the Suncoast. Ed Paulson, the taproom manager from Calusa Brewing, is here, and he's going to preview 3 different beers, one of which is brand new and being released coming up this weekend at Calusa. So we are quite excited to get a taste of that.
Yes, I'm very happy to be back, guys.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
All 3 of the beers that we're going to be tasting today kind of form a trinity of the different varieties that we like to produce at Calusa. So aromatic, hop-forward beers, wine barrel-aged beers, and the kind of big, regal, full, more imperial barrel-aged beers.
It's amazing to me how beer has evolved, even here on the Suncoast, within the past couple of years since you've opened. It's like we used to think about beer as that pale, light beverage that was kind of you know, and now everything can have, you know, fruit flavors and pop flavors and notes of liquor, and just, it's absolutely amazing. So let's start with one of my personal favorites from your selection, and now one that you're also occasionally putting into cans, which excited me until you told me it's a very limited thing.
Yeah, the cans, we have a, we hire someone.
Okay, so this is the Focus IPA. Okay. And there they go.
It has a kind of a very famous glow to it. You'll know this is a beer that is one of the few varieties that you'll see out around town. Last about a year ago, we began a limited amount of distribution, sort of in the area.
To restaurants,
right? And then that has really cascaded into like a real big local representation and brought a lot of great people in to check us out. And
so this is one of your more popular ones, I'd assume, if you're distributing.
Oh, absolutely.
We can find this on the menus at various restaurants or bars when we go?
Pretty much every purposeful place you love to eat or drink is either has it or is happily trying to get it.
Okay, good, but yet very hard to find in cans, so that's something we can follow on social media with Calusa.
Exactly. The releases end up forming these wonderful little events, exciting feels at the tap room all in themselves, and so people come to grab them when they're available.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The cans are really, you know, just the freshest, They're like little mini kegs.
Right,
you know?
and you can't always go out. That's my thing, why I need some cans at home. You can't always get out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, that's a big
That
deal.
proves
Let's
you're
move
doing a
on to
great
the
job.
second one. This is called the Narrows Sour Ale. And I like that you talked about the fruit forwardness. Immediately looked at Linda, who is admittedly not a huge beer drinker, and you thought, you will like this. So tell us about this.
Well, the wine barrel-aged sour beers are something that they have a deep European history and example, and this is a beer that sort of explores the kind of American enthusiasm and twist that we like to put on these kinds of beers. There are over 300 pounds of raspberry, and it was aged for over 18 months. So there's this rich, dark fruit.
Give it a little try.
But it's not sweet like some of the other like
fruit
berry beers.
Right.
Yeah.
I immediately thought, oh, see, it was sour.
Yeah.
It's sour.
It's less carbonated.
Let me try again.
Well, but it's like this appetizing tartness that we think of when we think of champagne or cider.
I can see that.
It's both kind of appetizing and kind of probing in this way. Like it slows down time.
So here's the thing about the limited releases. You said it took 18 months to age, and it sold out in 48 hours?
Yeah, some of our...
All right, you got to watch these on social media if you're interested, because they go.
Yeah, some of our employees didn't even get any, and they say, well,
thank you for holding us back a bottle.
Yeah, and the more you drink, the better it gets, I have to say.
Funny how that works. Okay, here's the big headline for the weekend. This is a brand new double barrel Imperial Dissonance. It is a special flavorful brown ale. Tell us about the undertones.
Well, the Dissonance Brown is one of our most popular beers, and this Imperial version is sort of the very full, regal, special version. And the double barrel means that it was aged in a combination of maple barrels and bourbon barrels.
And you can taste that amazingly.
So a maple barrel is a bourbon barrel.
Give it a little try.
Emptied of bourbon, refilled with maple syrup, emptied again,
It tastes like
filled
pancakes.
with the beer.
Do you taste the pancake?
Oh, that's the breakfast.
I guess
that's
so.
The breakfast
This is the
round.
breakfast beer.
Well, but this was
It's
a very
regal. It's
yes,
regal.
because it's not just bristling and scary, but it's very full and special.
I like that you make it all accessible. I'm not afraid to go in and ask questions. I don't know a lot about beer. I just know what I like.
Well, one of my jokes in the tap room is people say, well, can I try this? Can I try this? It's like, well, you're basically at a beer petting zoo right now. So you might as well just ask me, and that's what we're there for.
And it is a very fun event if you're not familiar with different flavors of beer. You go get tiny little samples, you try a million different things, and you get to hang out with great fun people. So we are thrilled that the craft beer scene on the Suncoast is thriving, and Calusa Brewing a very, very big part of that. Celebrate with them Saturday, April 7th. That is the release of the Double Barrel Imperial Dissonance. And also, of course, we are celebrating National Beer Day. So what better place to do it? Check out CalusaBrewing.com and you'll get all the latest by checking out social media. All right, coming up next, we've got a website for more information. You saw Calusa. Oh, Joey has a baking fail. Joey's coming clean about his weekend fail. Not sale, fail, even better.
Fail.
Stay with us.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Imagine a world filled with pillow fights, playgrounds, and the search for the perfect climbing tree. Every kid deserves that world, but 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger. At No Kid Hungry, we're committed to creating a world where every kid eats healthy food every day. We raise funds, we help families, and we lift up communities.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
All right, so there's a video circulating about how to make this extreme strawberry cake from Cookat. And it looks so easy online, and I thought, you know what, it was Easter, I wanted to try it. Look how
pretty.
beautiful.
It's a dome.
You
Yes.
hollow out a dome cake and you fill it with strawberries and whipped cream. So I tried it.
Your dome is depressed.
Wah, wah. It's a little, it's smaller and flatter. Mine's more like a Frisbee, whereas that was a big
But
dome.
how did it taste?
It tastes good. It tastes pretty good.
I'm really impressed you're baking.
Yeah, me
Thank
too.
you.
It looks good.
I've
It
been
does. I bet it
inspired.
tastes delicious.
I would not call that a huge fail.
No.
I mean, if it tastes delicious and looks average, we're good.
Yes.
We're good.
And sometimes ugly cakes taste better than
There you
pretty
go.
cakes.
There are no ugly cakes in the kitchen, and everything is phenomenal. Glen Family
Only ugly
Bakery's here.
people.
We'll figure out what you did wrong.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Wacha. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? Well, now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. A highly contagious virus spreading through a Manatee County animal shelter. What they're doing to ensure no other dogs contract the virus. In First Alert traffic right now, traffic is backed up heading south on Midnight Pass Road on Siesta Key. Still a lot of beachgoers in the area, as well as Clark Road heading back into the Gulf Gate area of Sarasota. Let's get a check on the weather now. A lot of people at the beach, I bet, today, Bob.
Yeah, pretty nice day too, Scott, although it looks like we have some inland showers right now, so that rainfall fairly heavy too in northern portions of Manatee County. You can see that developing along the sea breeze front, which has kicked in as a result of high pressure dominating our weather. A little activity now, pretty heavy shower activity near Old Myakka and Myakka City. Rainfall rates up to a ½ inch to nearly an inch an hour near Bethany, south of Duet. You may get some rainfall here at Duet in the next 20 minutes or so. We'll have the latest on our forecast for the rest of the week at 5.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
You know, fortunately, this was my first job out of college, so I was able to come back home and work in my hometown. I wore 2 hats. I was sports director and I was a news anchor. I did that for a few years and then decided to go full-time into news. Well, I love our team here at ABC 7. We have a great mix, and it really is a great mix of personalities, of experience that meshes really well into a really strong team. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
Welcome back. We're here with Lisa from Glen Family Bakery. What you got?
Hello. Today we are talking about berries. It's berry season here in Florida. One of our partners, Alberton's Blueberries, picked this beautiful bowl of blueberries for us, nice and plump. But we want to talk about macerating berries because there's a lot of different applications that you can do with berries. And if Linda, if you just want to start, we've got raspberries here, blackberries, blueberries. You can do whatever berries that you want to use. And while she's doing that, I'm going to have Cliff, you can go ahead and just zest that lemon. You know the reason why we put acid or lemon into our berries is to keep the color. And it also pops the flavor, but that acid helps to keep the colors in the berries, so especially if you're going to bake them. Exactly.
Okay, that's good to know.
So macerating the berries does a couple things. It's basically you're marinating berries. What it does is it brings all the flavors together, and the sugar that Linda's going to add is going to start to bring the juices of the berries out.
So all you're doing is adding sugar and lemon.
Sugar and lemon. You can add a little bit of water, but these berries happen to be wicked juicy, so you don't need to worry about that.
Well, and after they sit in the sugar, don't they usually juice out?
They do.
I've never learned that macerating fancy word. We just used to call them sugaring them out.
Sugaring them out.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's very interesting.
There you go.
Okay, now you gave me a task while they're doing that. So tell me, did I do this right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is called a crimp roller, and what it does, it makes a and you can do it either way. I mean,
can I ask a really novice question?
Yeah.
Could I do this with a pizza roller?
Yes.
Okay,
it's the same. It's actually the same thing.
This is cooler, but if you don't have one, I'm thinking a pizza roller.
So what Stephanie's doing is she's just going to lattice some pastry, really easy. This is a pastry sheet you can buy, you know, just pre-done dough at the store if you don't want to make your own dough. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pour it into this beautiful pie. That's probably enough stuff, I think, right there.
We're making a lovely mess here.
We're
having
now
good
here's a little trick. We brought some cornstarch with us.
Okay.
Now you can, if you're going to fill like these little meringues or you're going to top pound cake, you don't need to add the cornstarch. But if you're going to put it in a pie, you're going to add the cornstarch. Why? Because it's going to hold your berries together. It gives it a nice little coating on there, holds the berries together so they don't burst and all fall apart when you make the pie. Or tapioca.
You like cornstarch? Okay.
Yes, I like cornstarch because cornstarch has like no flavor.
Right.
It's not going to take away from, and we're just going to do just a little pinch, Linda, with your fingers. Yep, sprinkle it around. One more all the way around.
Maybe this is what Joey's cake needed.
Maybe. That's a different story.
Needed a lift.
So we're just going to give it a quick toss, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to pour it right into this pie shell. I've already gone ahead. This is an unpricked pie shell, so we don't need to worry about doing that. Go ahead, you're good. Just
I have a question.
it.
Why didn't you prick it?
I did not prick it because these are very juicy and sugary, so you don't want it going through to the bottom, and then it's going to prick. It's going to stick. So normally. Yep, I start right at the end, and you're going to pinch. Yep, pinch.
I grew up doing this. My mom and I
See, and you want to know what? People are like, oh, I've got to cut the right length. No, you don't, folks. See this? Put it like this. pinch it off, boom.
Right, but don't I need to leave it up to wave over
Nope,
it?
you don't, because we're doing the easy peasy version.
Oh, I want to see.
So the easy peasy version, again, pinch.
This is easier than weaving.
And just go right across.
Right across this
one?
one? Okay.
And you're going to pinch, and then you're going to go across again. So this, you don't have to do the open and the fold, and it's very easy. Don't be afraid to do this at home. You can do it.
Well,
All
because
right.
here's the thing. I've got to show a finished product. It
Yes.
does not matter if you've molded and sculpted each tiny little piece. I'm going to stick that down into the shot. Do you see how that ends up? They puff up. They look gorgeous. Now, did you brush butter on at the end?
Yes.
Is that how I get that sheen?
And sprinkle a little bit of sugar on there.
Okay.
And here's the baker's trick. If it comes out and it doesn't look like this, melted butter, a little brush, little melted butter on there, boom, gives you your shine back.
Don't be scared of home baking, but if you are, Lisa from Glenn Family Bakery has you. Yes, please pass out some spoons and forks. We're just digging in here.
Here we go.
These
Please
are
help
berries
yourself.
from Albritton Fruit Farm. You can find them in Sarasota with amazing results. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you,
Recipes
Cliff.
online. Thanks,
I gotta
everybody.
go.
Thank you.
Enjoy the Suncoast.
Enjoy.
Have a fork.